My name is Aswad. This video, I'm gonna talk about the evil of Isis and Boko Haram, and also shed some light why there's not a strong response from the Muslim community, and which baffles some of my Muslim and non-Muslim friends, and I want to shed some light on what I think is happening. First of all, there is these new two threats in the world that seems to come from Muslim fundamentalists, which are called ISIS, which are right now causing trouble all over Iraq and Syria, and also the problem of Boko Haram, which kidnap of hundreds of girls, and they come up with statement saying that what they are doing is in the name of Islam and Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, and my friends were asking me, my non-Muslim friend were asking me, why haven't been a strong response against ISIS or Boko Haram from the Muslim community, and I want to address that. I want to also state my opinion on these two things about ISIS and Boko Haram. And I've seen their videos, I've seen whatever they want to say, and here's the weird thing. And then I'm not a religious person by any means. I have a Islamic teacher, I have a guru, I study the Quran. I don't, not formally, I don't go to Islamic school. I didn't even take Islamic history for my SPM because I'm not religious. I started to learn the Quran. I mean, I started to really go deeper into Islam in 1996 when I was in the final year of my university days. And ever since then, I've been just learning through about Islam. And I'm not an expert by any chance, but this is my thoughts on it, and my thoughts on ISIS, and my thoughts on Boko Haram. First of all, I just want to say I think this. I've read through the Quran. I've consulted with my teachers, and there's no such things as the things that you hear from ISIS or Boko Haram. There's no lessons like that from the Quran. There's no lessons like that about. There's no right to kill people, kill other Muslim, kill other humans, beheadings. There's not in the teaching of Islam, not in the teaching of the Quran. There's not in the teaching of the Quran that you have to behead. You know, it's like behead journalists and kill children, murder and slaughter of innocents like they are doing in Iraq and Syria, and it's just, and Boko Haram, you know, in Africa. I mean, even in war, in the Quran and Islam has taught me there are conduct in wars that you cannot kill children, you cannot kill women, you cannot kill old people, you cannot kill religious people from other people from other religions. You cannot even kill people who do not want to fight. And you have conduct about prisoners of war. You don't kill prisoners of war. You know, I mean, if you want to look, there's a lot more about in the Quran, but there's no such things as beheadings, kidnapping girls, forcing girls to circumcise. I mean, that's what's been happening in the world, in the Muslim community. It does not reflect the true nature of Islam, which I've been studying, which I've been learning from my teachers who are legitimate, you know. So it kind of like a shock to me. And if anybody who studied Islam, studied the Quran, would know that why are these people saying all these things in the name of God? They're gonna do this in the name of the Prophet. There is no justification in the Quran. There's no justification of it in Islam. And I would welcome them to argue with me on what basis do they have these ideas in their head about all this violence. It makes Islam so violent, so cruel, and and I don't know where it comes from. I heard there are voices, extreme voices say, oh, you know what, they have been using violence against us. Now it's about time that we use violence against them, and blah 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 blah. You know what? That is they whoever your enemies are, they have done violence to you, but Islam does not tell you to retaliate in that way. And it's kind of shocking to me what's happening in that region, in that kind of extremist thinking. And you hear about people from England, from Europe, these Muslim children joining up the ISIS. There are a few Malaysians joining up the ISIS thing, and it is just bullshit. Let me tell you something. The only people who end up following this group are people who have no religious knowledge. They have not studied the Quran. Seriously, if you study the Quran, go by any teachings, by any scholars or by anything. There are no justification for killing other Muslim, killing innocents, kidnapping children, forcing girls to circumcise, honor killing. There's no such thing as honor killing. There's no a lot of this bullshit that you read about. That is not in the Quran. Now I have to say this very strongly, that is, I think Islam would say these people who are in ISIS, who are in Boko Haram, are evil. They are not from the teaching of the Quran. I've been learning the Quran. I've been going to classes every week. And what I've been taught, even when there are bad things happening to Muslim communities, that's not how I would retaliate. That's how I should retaliate. I've been taught about Doa. I've been taught about muhasabah, reflecting. They have been taught about history. I've been taught about improving my iman and taqwa, and all about improving myself. It's because the religion of Islam is about personal growth and community growth, and about praising God. I have not been taught about killing, about fighting, about killing innocents. Even if there is a war, there are conducts in war in the Quran, in the history of the Prophet. There are conduct about prisoners. There are conduct about adab. Adab means regulations, cultural. There's this thing about honor killing, forcing girls to circumcise, forcing women, killing women because they want to marry, or forbidding women rights about education, about you cannot drive in Saudi Arabia. There's no such thing in the Quran, which is weird when this thing happening in the world, and it gives a bad impression on the world about Islam. I don't care about, I'm not here trying to, trying to win some non-Muslim hearts, trying not to win the Western thinking. I'm not trying to win or kiss ass. I'm just stating the fact. The fact is, these are wrong. These are some practices that are wrong, that you cannot do. This is so violent. This is not in the teachings of Islam. This is not in the teachings of the Prophet. This is not in the Quran. ISIS is evil. Boko Haram is evil. When they could, in the name of God the merciful, the word, the first, you ask any Muslim, the first line that any Muslim would learn, even they are not religious, is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, I know there are people who do not even understand that. But if you understand that, it means Allah, the most God, in the name of God, the most merciful, the most loving, the most caring, compassionate. How can that not go into these understandings? Now I have a theory about why they can't, these communities in the Middle East, in the Pakistani area, in the Afghanistan area, in some of this region where they have such extremist views. I think because they have not or don't even know the concept of compassion. They have not understand the concept of love. I mean, I don't think they equate Islam with love, Islam with compassion, Islam with kindness. How can, if you do equate Islam with love, compassion, and kindness, you won't do all this stuff. You know, what I hear when I go, what I think they equate Islam is anger, revenge, justice, all this. You know, it's like, what? That's not even the first word, like I said, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's all about teaching love, compassion, being caring, and that. I mean, how on earth that you do not get this? So the theory is, these people doesn't even know all that kind of thing. They have never had compassion in their lives. They never had compassion in their group, their love in the community. I don't think they have that. Their hatred against the women, their fear against the women, that they have to force these women to be subjugated to them, to be circumcised, to practice honor killings. That is insane. That is not in Islam. That is not in the Quran. You can learn it. You can go and get the Quran. It's available everywhere. You can learn, flip through it, and find good teachers. But the biggest fault, I think, is not understanding, is not equating that. It's not understanding love, compassion, and caring. I did not came from a religious family. I learned religion quite late. I said earlier in the video, but I learned through Islam, through meeting good teachers, through the Quran, about love, compassion, caring, and peace and calm. You know, it changed me from somebody who was violent, for angry, who was depressed, who was everything that I went through in my life, short life. Changed me. What Quran did, Quran changed me into becoming more calm, more cool, more chill, more loving. I mean, I just love to be chill. I just love to care, compassionate, to forgive, to donate my money, to donate my time for a good cause, and to help people. And that's what I've been taught. So that's what I learned. Not all this weird stuff that has been practiced by Isis and Boko Haram. So the point of this video is just to say that ISIS and Boko Haram are evil. Don't join them. They are evil. People use the name of Islam, use the name of Quran to attract all these kids who have no understanding of Islam, of no understanding of Quran, and just want to join some sort of fantasy. That's my view. That's my point. I put my point up, and then I just want to address the issue why there have not been a loud voice by the Muslim community against ISIS or Boko Haram, which I think they are lazy. I think some of the Muslim community are lazy. They only want to go up to raise their voice when it's injustice against whatever. I don't know. Another theory is that we don't have a pope. We don't have religious authority, which is how it should be. We don't have a priest. We don't have a priesthood. The priest group, a group of people who say they are more holier than others. There are no group to talk on behalf of Islam, there's no such thing in Islam. Islam is a more personal religion that you go and improve yourself to become a better human and practice so that you become a better person in the community and contributes. There's no pope, there's no, what Iran is basically like, there's no imam, there's no religious head for representing all of Islam. There's no such thing. The Prophet has passed away. The last of the Prophet is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He passed away a long time ago, and that's the last of the Prophet. There's no more No more that guy to represent. But what is alive is his teaching. His teaching is alive. So that should be what I'm trying to convey, share with you. Is like the leadership is still with his teachings and the teachings of the Quran. So that's to address the second argument, second things that people brought up, like why the Muslim community are quiet. They are lazy, or we don't have any one leader, which we don't need to, because it's not about that. It's about to the up to the individual Muslims to speak out, like what I'm doing, or to do good work, so that you give a good impression of the Muslim community, not just helping your own race, not just helping your own religion, but helping the community at large. It has been proven historically, wherever a Muslim you go, he or they contribute to the world, to the community. Like maths, we have medicines, we have maps. They contributed to the world. I can go on and on, but I just want to keep this video short. I just want to address about the evil of Isis and Boko Haram. They do not represent Islam. Their teachings cannot be found in the Quran or in the Islamic text. I don't even know where they get their ideas from. All I know, these thoughts, what they are saying, are evil. They are from Shaitan, they are evil, and they are bad for you, bad for everybody, especially the Muslims. So the Muslim must say no to ISIS, say no to Boko Haram, say no to these extremist thoughts about subjugating women to no driving, no education, forcing them to marry whoever they don't want to, or you know, circumcision, forcing women to circumcise. That's not in the Quran. That's not Islamic. So these are my views. So thank you for, you know, watching and be patient with me. So if you have any thoughts, just put in the below and I can respond to you. Have a good day ahead, and Assalamualaikum.